We're going to tornado everything in. And we get good damage. Great damage. Look at that. Look at that damage. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That got so much damage. Okay, let's... Ew, what is up, gamers? It's Durkee here, and I'm about to say something I thought that I would never say. A graveyard player is #1 in the world right now. Huh? And no, that's not a joke. Ice is #1 in the world right now with this Goblinstein graveyard deck. Who would have thought that you could just put Goblinstein into any deck archetype and it would suddenly make it really, really good? Oh yeah. Everyone knows that. But all jokes aside, this deck is actually really strong. I played a few games off recording and I did very, very well. As a control style of deck, it's really strong. Really excellent defense, really strong offense. I will say, for some beginners, the Tornado and Evil Bomber evolution, defensive Poison, defensive NATO might be a little difficult. So, worth noting that the skill floor for this deck is a little higher than normal. So if you're kind of a beginner player, you might struggle with this deck. But if you are a seasoned Clash Royale player, I implore you to learn this deck. It's always good to learn a new style of deck, and the graveyard deck archetype is one of the most fundamental decks inside of Clash Royale. So I don't want to yap for too long, but the TLDR is, this deck is very strong. But you can't just take my word for it, because as we know, talk is cheap. So I'm going to prove to you that anyone can cook with this deck right now. Alright, into our first matchup here against Dragon Lord. And for those of you that have not played Graveyard, and I'm sure there's actually a good amount of you that haven't played Graveyard only because it's not super popular in the meta, it's a really fun deck to play. It's a little different. It's known as like a control style of deck. So a good Graveyard player, you set the tempo of the match. They are responding to you, and like you really should be controlling the tempo. We're gonna go like this and try and get our King Tower activated, and we do. That's great. I'm just going to take this poison. I was thinking about popping the ability, but I'm just going to do this instead. We hit 3 things. So it looks like we're up here against Logbait. Traditionally speaking, Graveyard does really well against Logbait, but in recent years with all of the new like card evolutions, Logbait has actually kind of built up a little bit of a resistance against Graveyard, but we'll see, so we'll see what we can do here. Again, I think Graveyard and a lot of these high skill ceiling decks allow for a lot of outplay potential, and Barry gets one shot there. Okay. I'm going to go Knight in the back, but be ready with a cannon in case he goes for like a Princess. Actually, I would go Ice Wizard. Okay, he goes Princess in the back. A-okay with me. We're going to go Ice Wizard in the back into the same lane and just kind of let it breathe. I want to figure out a little bit more about his deck. You know, what building does he have? Actually, I think we saw cannon. Okay, let's go like this here. Okay, you can actually, once you have King Tower activated, if you pull the barrel that way, it doesn't get, oh, I guess it got a hit there, but I always see Graveyard players do that and it doesn't get damage. I'm going to do this to take care of the Dark Goblin. Okay, you're going to pretend like you didn't see that. Okay, I'm going to let that Dark Goblin go because... Okay, now I can't let it go, but I was going to let it go. Not the best set of micro interactions for your boy. Holy moly. All of that kind of stemmed from me using my ability too soon. But we actually are in a really good spot because he spammed us. So now we can actually just go in. He doesn't have Goblin Gang in cycle. All he has for this is like a cannon or something. So we're going to go ahead, let this get as much damage as possible. Poison onto the Dark Goblin. And that's Graveyard in a nutshell. That's crazy, dude. That's evil. Like, actually. We didn't even get to show off the Evil Bomber. Okay, we're going to go like this. Tornado everything up. Nice. And he might have a rocket, but... he's like at least 2 rockets away, which is awesome. And this Barry might line up on the tower. We're gonna see here. Oh, he goes for the log. Okay, bold strategy. We're gonna keep our foot off the pedal here because he used his log. We're gonna go cannon here to take care of this. Oh, come on. Yeah, so that's tower down there. Rocket does not do enough at level 11, so we should be okay here as long as we defend the barrel properly. Which, you know, Tornado will do a really good job against the barrel. So we're just going to clog this lane up. Yeah, he goes for the rocket. That's fine with me. Still not enough. Pop this ability here. And just in case he goes in, okay, we're going to go NATO, Ice Wizard, and we're going to be A-okay. So GG's to that Logbait player. Did we play it perfectly? No. Did we get a win? Yes. And that's what matters. So we're going to hold that first W, and we'll see you in the next game. All right, into our next match here against Power Up. And I didn't really get to show it in the last game, but I really wanted to talk about the Evolved Bomber because it almost acts as a secondary win condition in this deck. So in addition to Graveyard being your primary win condition, the Evo Bomber synergizes really well because a lot of times when you try and go in with the Graveyard, they'll block the bridge, and you can kind of just go for like an Evo Bomber onto it. Okay, he gave me the sarcastic, well played. I mean, fair enough. It is what it is. I'm just going to poison this because he lightninged my thing, so he'll kind of cancel out. A little bit of toxicity coming from my opponent. Not 100% sure what he's running. I don't see a ton of Musketeer lightning, so he gets a little bit of extra damage, but it's not the end of the world. But now I really want to win because he just hit me with the well played. Kind of looks like it could be the Ram Rider bridge spam deck with maybe Musketeer instead of something else. Okay, we're going to set up a Goblinstein on defense here. Okay, we're going to pull everything to the middle as best as we can. And then might even go for the Goblinstein ability. Really, really good on defense. Definitely an underrated tool. Yeah, we can use it on defense here, just clean everything up. And it still threatens damage on offense, so that's okay. So Mega Knight most likely has Ram Rider. Whenever you see Lightning and Mega Knight in a deck, it synergizes very, very well with Ram Rider. So we're gonna keep that in mind. I don't have anything. I don't have like any swarms in hand here, so I need to cycle back to a Knight. I gave him a ton of lightning value there, but I don't think he can afford it because he spent a lot on all of that. So we're gonna be okay. We survive. The Prince will be tough in this matchup. I'm looking at my deck and I'm looking at ways to counter the Prince, and it'll be a little chippy. So that's gonna be interesting. Those wall breakers. I'm gonna go Goblinstein in the middle, and it should stop the left side, and we're kind of just gonna ignore the right side. So now what I'm gonna do is I think he's gonna have to spend on the Doctor. So we're gonna go like this. Yeah. He spent the lightning on the Doctor. He spent lightning on the Doctor. How does he defend this? Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I knew he was gonna do that. The way he lightninged the first Doctor, I was like, he's totally gonna do it again, and he did. That's awesome. Okay, we're gonna go Evo Knight here, and then I'm gonna go Goblinstein Monster, and then just pop the ability. And this will do a really good job onto everything. Nice. I loved that play. That play was awesome. We can just go cannon here. Beautiful. That was so satisfying. Like, the second that he went for that lightning, it was perfect. Okay, I was going to go in for an offensive graveyard, but I don't think that's a good move. Just need to make sure I don't give him a good lightning. We're going to go defensive graveyard and poison. Knight here for the Mega Knight. Tornado. And I held my breath there for a second, I'm not gonna lie, because that defensive graveyard into the Mother Witch was crazy. But you just saw us beat Mother Witch with a graveyard deck. So GG's to that guy. We'll hold that dub, and I'll see you in the next match. Alright, Dagger Duchess. That is amazing. If you're running graveyard, pretty much if you're playing against a Dagger Duchess or a Cannoneer, like, it's really good for you, which is also why graveyard is a very underrated deck archetype. Obviously the Princess Tower does well against it, but everything else, not that much. Okay, good on him. He's going to get a little Firecracker chip here, but it's not the end of the world. I'll go with the Knight here. Let that Archer get one shot and it evens out the damage. This isn't that big of a threat, to be honest. But I could. He just used his log. Hold up. He just used his log and spent 5 elixir. Let's see if he has like a Skarmy. Nah, just like a Queen. Okay. Fine with me. That's the thing with Dagger Duchess is it runs out of daggers. I mean, wow, his deck is very, very unorthodox. I'm impressed. Okay. Might actually get back to a second ability, so I'm going to pop this Goblinstein. Maybe not pop it, but I'm going to use it. You know, just get back to a second ability. That's kind of crazy. Okay. I do want to get to my Evo Bomber, so I'm going to kind of sacrifice him here and give up one shot onto the tower, but I think it's worth it. Okay, again, I want to get to my Evos. You know, whenever you play a deck that's thematic, from what I've seen, I don't think I need to, like, save my Knight for his Mega Knight or anything like that, so I'm just going to do this. I don't really want to go in with a Graveyard. I think one of the mistakes I see people make is they're too aggressive with Graveyards and single Elixir. In general, unless you're up, like, a lot of Elixir, or there are, like, outside circumstances, you really don't want to go for a Graveyard in single Elixir. So in this case, he just used his log, so I'm going to do this, and he's running Dagger Duchess, so I will go in for a Graveyard here. And, like, see, that was one of those circumstances where I was like, okay, I feel like that was an okay time to go in for a Graveyard. We're gonna see, am I gonna regret doing that? Am I gonna regret doing that? I don't know, this deck's defense is, like, stupidly strong, so hopefully not. Alrighty, let's go Poison here. And our cannon just got eviscerated by those archers. Okay, let's wait. And then go like this. I barely mistimed it. No, that P.E.K.K.A. got a swing. Oh my gosh. I've seen really good graveyard players and they'll like tornado away at the last second, and it's really impressive. I'm going to pop this ability because even if he pops his, it'll still hit it. I think. What? Did that not hit it? Dang. Okay, well, it's fine. This deck does fine in a 2-tower situation, especially against Dagger Duchess, like I said. So I'm going to try not to panic. Try. I don't know what his big spells are, though, to be honest. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to take this poison. Don't see a lot of people that run the Goblin machine, so just kind of tripping me up a little bit. Let's go like this. If he goes P.E.K.K.A., we can go Evo Berry. He does not go P.E.K.K.A. Alright, alright, alright. I'm going to do this, and then Goblinstein, or Bomber, Tornado, and it'll Tornado everything in. Oh, what a NATO! What a NATO! And the NATO will work great with the monster, so that was a nice play. I was waiting for some sort of interaction where that would work well for us, so good use of our Evo Bomber there. Okay, we're just going to reset in the back here with a Knight. Sparky comes down. That's crazy. I'm going to go ahead and drop a poison and try and get back to another poison. P.E.K.K.A. Sparky poison is disgusting. Okay, we're going to try and get back to a poison like I said. Poison Tornado is an underrated defense in my opinion. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Bang. Woo! Love that defense. Alright, we're going to go in here. I know he has Sparky, but Knight is going to be walking. If he's smart, he plays a troop there to stop it. He does. He does. That was the right play, 100%. But what about the graveyard, my guy? What about the graveyard? Okay, let's go like this. Okay. I don't think he has a spell for the cannon. I have yet to see a spell for the cannon. He's going to pop the ability, so we're going to go for the Knight here. And I don't want this touching my tower, so we're going to go like this. And Bomber to maybe chain on to his tower. It doesn't really work. Tornado all of this back. And this P.E.K.K.A. is just getting slow rolled right now. We're going to do this and get this ability onto the tower, I think. Nice, we hit archers as well. Okay, looking really strong. I'm going to go in for the graveyard. Triple elixir, you kind of just want to spam graveyards with the champion down. We're going to go poison, tornado, whatever he plays back towards the tower, and it's a P.E.K.K.A. And that's going to be GG's. So we ended up edging him out in the end. Really weird, unorthodox deck. I was waiting for the big spell and it never came, but a win is a win. We're going to hold that dub, and I'll see you in the next match. Right, into our next match of the video against Sammy Skywalker. I'm just going to breathe. Like I said, in general, you don't want to make the starting play. You can kind of wait, and if you don't, a second goes by, you can just drop the Bomber. If you're feeling dangerous, you could also drop, like, the Goblinstein or something like that. I'm just going to let this go. I'm not going to be antsy. I'm going to try and get King Tower activated off of the Firecracker. Or if he goes Hog Rider, we can go for NATO or something like that. I think that's the hallmark of a good graveyard player. You don't panic. You don't overcommit. Let's do this. I think we'll get a King Tower activation. Beautiful. P.E.K.K.A. does come down. Not a fan of the P.E.K.K.A. We're just going to do this right away. Just to force out Elixir. That's all that I really want. I don't know how Monk interacts with this Doctor. Like, I don't really know this interaction too well. So we're just going to pop this ability here. Kind of, yeah, chained onto the tower a little bit. That's cool. That's kind of what I was hoping for. We're going to go Knight here for the P.E.K.K.A. And we're just going to poison on the pump. So we're fine. Whenever I see Monk and Pump in the same deck, it just, like, screams Three Musketeers to me. I don't know if that's the case, but don't see a lot of Monk P.E.K.K.A. decks. Probably Three Muskies. He's going to probably outcycle my poison, but you can go graveyard on the pump as well. You have a few options. But the Firecracker's throwing me off. I really don't know. It could be Hog Rider. It'd be a Hog Poison deck. I really don't know. No, it looks weird, but I'm just going to let that go. Yeah, I don't want to overcommit. Okay. Need to make sure that I can defend this. We're going to go for a really low Ice Wizard, delaying it just a little bit. And we're just going to take a poison here. I don't really have a ton of other plays that I can do. He's going to pop the Monk ability, surely. So we're going to Tornado everything back. Go Evil Bomber as well, now that the Monk is gone. Goblinstein plus King Tower activation should be okay here. Nice. Way to not panic there. That was a really stressful situation with the Evo P.E.K.K.A, but ended up working out okay for us. We lived. So that was what ended up working out okay. Okay, I'm going to be really aggressive here because I think he's going to drop something in the back. Ooh, he dropped the pump. That's perfect. We're going to poison onto the pump here. Nice. Unfortunately, he does have the Mother Witch. Great. Lucky us. He has Mother Witch. But that's okay. There are ways that we can play around it. We did good damage to the pump there, so it's fine. Okay. I'm going to do this. Yeah, he goes for the P.E.K.K.A. We're actually going to Graveyard again. I know it looks weird, but he doesn't have Mother Witch in cycle. We're going to get a good poison down onto a lot of things, hopefully. Poison comes down. Nice. Cool. At least the Monk is going in front. I think the push that's really scary is when they have Monk behind like a lot of their troops. That's when things kind of start to get scary. Okay. We're going to go Knight High here. Just to take care of that Firecracker. And we're going to go like this. He pumped up and like, just seemed like kind of a risky play, I'm not going to lie. Not a bad NATO, I like the idea. Okay. Let's do this and tornado everything back. Yep, had a feeling that was coming. And just like that, it's good game. He BM'd us a little bit, he hit us with the hog question mark emote. It is what it is. Way to not panic there against the Evo P.E.K.K.A. Really well played to us. We'll hold the W and I'll see you in the next game. Right, up here against Oruto, or Haruto, I'm not sure how you'd say it. And I never thought I would say that like I enjoy playing Graveyard or I have an appreciation for playing Graveyard. But I do see the appeal. I really do. I mean, having Tornado, Bomber, Poison, Ice Wizard on defense, like, you really do have like a rock solid defense. I think if you played against a good Graveyard player, like, it would actually drive you crazy. Hey, he goes for the arrows there. Kind of aggressive, but maybe it'll work. I'm curious if he pops the ability. Yeah, he wisely doesn't. Okay, let's go like this here. See if he has a building of his own. Knight is kind of tanking for everything, which is awesome. Beautiful. Okay, he's going to get King Tower activated. Ooh, I wasn't expecting him to have Fisherman. It's kind of unlucky for us. I mean, maybe not unlucky, but definitely unfortunate for us. Okay, we're just going to chill here and drop Ice Wizard. The good news for us is we do get, you know, good damage. You know, we get about 1/3 of his tower. So we do have that going for us, but just unfortunate overall. Okay, Ice Wizard's going to do a decent job here in combination with the cannon. I need to be careful of like a lightning. There's a chance he has a lightning. God, Ice Wizard is just such a good guard, dude. Like, the situation in which you use it on defense, it is very, very strong. Okay, let's just do this. I'm just going to let the rest go. Don't need to go in for a Graveyard or anything. We're probably going to have to rely on Evo Bomber to be our new, like, win condition, which is sad. But that's the reality that we live in with the King Tower activation anyways. Okay. But wow, we actually did good. I mean, I'll take that chip. Okay. So we are going to be going up against P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Giant, one of the most common deck archetypes in the game. Like I said, we're going to adapt to our new secondary win condition. And we're going to tornado everything in. And we get good damage. Great damage. Look at that. Look at that damage. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that got so much damage. Okay, let's lock in here. I don't think he has a spell for the cannon. Just has arrows. Okay. Goblinstein going to tank for that left side. My Gardener absolutely going in the backyard. But we're going to win this match regardless. Okay. I don't even need to go for a Graveyard in this situation. I'm actually just going to take the poison because that got one hit on the tower. Pop the ability to finish off his Doctor. That was a masterclass of how to play this matchup. No idea how loud the Gardener's going to be in the back, but it's okay. It's okay. He doesn't have a spell for the cannon, so we can just kind of do this. It's really frustrating for him, I'm sure. Look, Ice Wizard, Bomber, Tornado. My guy, you are not breaking through this. This is the Great Wall of China. The Clash Royale Great Wall of China. You are not going to be able to break through. So, GG's to this guy. He's playing one of the most boosted decks in the meta, and we were able to, you know, put our foot down and just clap him. So we're going to hold that W, and I'll see you in the next match. Alright, into likely our last match of the video. I've been having really a lot of fun with this deck. I might even switch and become a Graveyard player. There's something that's really appealing about like a deck that has such an incredibly strong defense. I mean, Ice Wizard, Tornado, Bomber, Poison, like, how is anyone ever supposed to break through your Stonewall defense? Okay, I don't know if this is possible. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, I was trying to, so just to clarify, I'm not trash. I was trying to use the Knight, place it to the right of the Ram Rider, and push like her hitbox to the left. and then you can pull it towards King Tower. But in the position that they just played it, okay, I'm going to have to play the bomber on it anyway, so I might as well play it early. So that way the ghost, like, spawns, per se. Okay, so he's playing Ram Rider, P.E.K.K.A, Lightning, the works, you know. Okay, we'll see what he does here. Yeah, okay. We can't really ignore this, unfortunately. We lost that luxury, so we're going to have to spend. Good news is he has to pick which side he wants to drop the P.E.K.K.A on. I feel like he'll drop it on the left side. Again, I don't want to be too aggressive with my graveyard. Yeah, there's the P.E.K.K.A. Yep, had the feeling that was coming, so I don't want to overspend. I want to make sure I can defend. I'll take the Goblinstein damage that I can get, and we're going to set up a defense here. Knowing that he probably has a Lightning, so we're going to set up our Ice Wizard and our Berry as the bait. And since he went Ram Rider, he can't afford a Lightning. So we're going to Tornado all of this back. Yeah, okay, nice. He may not even have a Lightning, to be honest. Okay, that's okay for us. I mean, he's going to get a little bit of damage, but nothing really to write home about. Less damage than he got on the other side, so. Okay, the Zap is interesting. It makes me wonder. No, he still probably has Lightning. I was going to say, it makes me wonder if he has a Lightning, but he definitely still has a Lightning, I feel. Okay, Evil Knight, absolutely doing a great job. We shouldn't have to respond to this ghost. Oh my gosh, last second incognito. Alright, we're going to go like this. Keep this off of our tower. Okay. Might go P.E.K.K.A on it again. I think I'm going to go... No. Gotta be intentional with your graveyards. I will just take the poison here. It's fine. Evo Wizard, you know, it's a 5 elixir card. We're going to be able to take it out with a 4 elixir card. Okay, the moment of truth, if he has a Lightning, we're going to have the NATO ready in case he pops it. Okay. No, he just goes Zap. I'm saying he might not have it. He might not have the sauce. Okay. I'm going to try and bait him to go in for a P.E.K.K.A. Okay, so he's going to P.E.K.K.A this, so then we can go Bomber. He didn't P.E.K.K.A. He didn't P.E.K.K.A. Alright, we're going to Tornado this back. She blows. Darn it. Okay. That was my fault. It was a cheeky play. It was a cheeky play. We're going to do this and just pretty much clog this lane, and we're going to be okay. Ooh, Void onto the Doctor is really smart, but it's not really going to be enough. This is going to slow down P.E.K.K.A. She's so slow. Ooh, misclick. He played Evo Zap. He definitely meant to play Evo Ram Rider, so you hate to see that. Okay, we can defend this for super cheap. If he goes for a Lightning, he's going to lose the game because he won't be able to defend the graveyard. He already looks like he won't be able to defend the graveyard. Depending on where he plays the Wizard, I could Tornado it away. Oh, that's not really going to work. You still need to spend on the graveyard. You still need to spend on the graveyard. Okay, nice. I was like, somebody's got to tell him. Okay. The greatest defensive combo of all time. Tornado, Bomber, Ice Wizard. Yeah. Low-key, I wasn't certain that wasn't going to hit, but I just kind of wanted to flex. Okay. Nice. Evo Wizard is going to give me a great poison. Instead of popping the ability, we're going to take this triple poison, and that's going to be GG's. GG's against that boosted P.E.K.K.A player, playing one of the most common decks in the game, and you can see we didn't even flinch there. So we're going to hold that W, and we'll catch y'all in the outro. And that is going to do it for today's video. Here's the deck one more time in case you want to take a screenshot and try it yourself. I'll also put the link to this deck in the YouTube description, so give it a try. I'm sure so many of you haven't played Graveyard, or Graveyard hasn't been meta for a very long time, so it's so cool to see a more diverse meta. This deck is really fun. The defense is so strong. A little bit of a learning curve, but I promise if you play 3, 4, 5 games with it, give it a chance, you'll see it's actually a really strong deck. And to you as the viewer, if you've made it this far, just know how much I appreciate you supporting me and supporting the channel. It means the world, and I hope to see you in another YouTube video real soon. Peace.